The 1960s were Britain's golden age of ambition. New motorways stretched across the country, showrooms were filled with excitement, and manufacturers competed to redefine what a car could be. It was a decade of bold ideas, clever engineering, and exciting new designs, but ambition and practicality didn't always go hand in hand. Some of these cars looked outstanding on paper. They promised innovation, stylish looks, and impressive performance. Buyers proudly drove them home, believing they had made the perfect choice. Then reality set in. Rust began eating through bodywork. Engines overheated. Strange engineering decisions created frustrating everyday problems. And one car, sitting at our #1 spot, became so embarrassing that many owners hated being seen behind the wheel. Today, we're counting down 10 British cars that turned pride into regret. Let's begin with number 10. Number 10. Peel Trident. Built on the Isle of Man in 1965, the Peel Trident was advertised as one of the world's smallest production cars. With its futuristic bubble-shaped canopy and tiny fiberglass body, it looked more like something from a science fiction movie than a real road car. Many buyers loved the idea. It was cheap to run, easy to park almost anywhere, and offered tax-friendly city transport. At first glance, it seemed like the perfect solution for crowded British streets, but the excitement didn't last long. Its tiny 49cc engine struggled even on gentle hills, and with no reverse gear, owners had to climb out and physically lift the back of the car whenever they needed to turn around. That wasn't even its biggest weakness. The cramped cabin could only be entered through the flip-up canopy, making it awkward whenever the weather turned bad. Ventilation was poor, visibility was limited, and every bump in the road could be felt inside the tiny cockpit. What looked like a clever city car soon became exhausting to live with every day. Many owners quickly discovered that novelty alone wasn't enough to make a practical automobile, and while the Peel Trident proved that small didn't always mean smart, the next car showed that even beautiful styling couldn't save a company struggling behind the scenes. Number 9. Trident Clipper. The Trident Clipper began life with enormous promise. First revealed as a stunning Italian-style prototype at the 1965 Geneva Motor Show, it promised buyers the looks of an expensive Grand Tourer at a surprisingly affordable price. Built around an Austin Healey 3000 chassis, fitted with a lightweight fiberglass body, and powered by a muscular Ford 289 V8 engine, the Clipper seemed destined for success. Early demand was incredible. Its sleek styling attracted attention everywhere it went. Performance figures impressed motoring journalists, and dealers quickly found themselves overwhelmed with orders. It looked as though Britain had produced another genuine sports car success, but behind the glamorous appearance, serious problems were beginning to appear. The small company building the car constantly struggled with funding, parts supply, and production quality. Panel gaps varied from car to car, water leaks became common, and electrical faults frustrated many early owners. Then another major setback arrived. When Austin Healey production ended, Trident had to modify Triumph chassis just to keep production going. It was an inventive solution, but it also revealed just how unstable the company had become. Buyers had invested in a dream that was still being built as it went along. Sadly, that dream never reached its full potential. But if the Trident Clipper struggled because of limited resources, the next car disappointed drivers for a completely different reason: its unusual three-wheel design. Number 8. Bond Minicar. Before affordable family cars became common across Britain, the Bond Minicar offered something completely different. Built in Preston from the late 1940s and sold throughout the early 1960s, it targeted drivers who wanted the cheapest possible way to own a vehicle. Its three-wheel layout allowed many owners to drive it using a motorcycle license, making it especially attractive to young drivers and families on a tight budget. Even better, its tiny two-stroke engine could deliver fuel economy close to 100 miles per gallon, an incredible figure for its time. On paper, it sounded like the perfect solution. Lightweight aluminum panels, simple mechanical parts, and extremely low running costs made the Bond Minicar look like a smart financial decision. Buyers imagined easy commuting and affordable motoring without the expense of a full-sized car. But everyday driving soon revealed its biggest weakness. Because most of the weight rested over a single front wheel, the car could feel unstable when cornering at higher speeds. Sharp bends and busy roundabouts demanded extra caution, and drivers quickly learned not to push the little three-wheeler too hard. The small two-stroke engine was noisy, acceleration was slow, and the ride quality was far from comfortable. Long journeys could become tiring, while windy weather made the lightweight car feel even less secure. Owners appreciated the savings, but many admitted that confidence behind the wheel came at a price. The Bond Minicar proved that being economical didn't always mean being enjoyable. And while this tiny three-wheeler struggled with stability, the next car aimed for luxury and prestige, but ended up disappointing buyers in an entirely different way. Number 7. Austin 3-liter. When the Austin 3-liter was unveiled at the 1967 London Motor Show, British Motor Corporation had high hopes. This was supposed to be their answer to executive cars like the Rover P5 and Triumph 2000, offering spacious luxury for business professionals and company directors. Built on the familiar Landgrab platform, but stretched and redesigned, it featured a smooth 6-cylinder engine borrowed from the MGC and promised a comfortable, refined driving experience. Early buyers expected a serious luxury contender. The cabin was spacious, the suspension delivered a soft ride, and the Austin badge gave many people confidence that this would become one of Britain's leading executive cars. Unfortunately, things didn't go according to plan. Production delays meant the Austin 3-liter arrived nearly a year later than expected. By the time it reached dealerships, its styling already looked old-fashioned compared to newer rivals, but appearance wasn't its biggest problem. Despite its 6-cylinder engine, the car's heavy body left performance feeling disappointing. Acceleration was slower than buyers expected, and the complex hydroelastic suspension made servicing both difficult and expensive. Interior quality also failed to match its premium price tag, leaving many customers wondering whether they should have chosen a Rover or a Triumph instead. Sales remained weak, and fewer than 10,000 examples were ever built before production quietly ended. Instead of becoming Britain's next great executive car, the Austin 3-liter became one of its biggest missed opportunities. But if this large luxury saloon seemed oversized for its engine, the next vehicle went in the complete opposite direction by becoming one of the smallest production cars ever made. Number 6. Peel P50. Few vehicles have become as famous or as unusual as the Peel P50. Built on the Isle of Man from 1962, it still holds the record as one of the smallest production cars ever created. It was so compact that owners could park it almost anywhere, and thanks to a handle at the back, they could even move it by hand when necessary. For city drivers, it sounded like the perfect answer to growing traffic and limited parking. Its tiny engine used very little fuel, maintenance costs were incredibly low, and its unique appearance guaranteed attention wherever it went.